to order. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Howard, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Amiditz?
Here.
Mrs. Buckley?
Here.
Mr. Christensen?
Here.
Mrs. Cook?
Here.
Mrs. Dobus? Mr. Means?
Present.
Mrs. Rule?
Here.
Mr. Schubel?
Present.
Mr. Spacuzza?
Present.
We have 8 members present this evening.
Thank you. While we do not have a formal presentation scheduled for tonight's meeting, I wanted to take this opportunity to share a quick thank you with Brian Lang, Regional Sales Manager at Black Box Corporation, to publicly thank him and Black Box for their generous donation of 3 5-by-6-foot canvases to the school district. These canvases will be used this school year in one of the innovative studios at Bethel Park High School. The district greatly appreciates the generosity of Black Box, and this donation benefits our high school students. Thank you, Black Box. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
Yes, Mrs. Cook, I'd like to make an amended motion to item number 3 under facilities and services, please.
Yes, sir.
I would like to move the following amendment. The Board of School Directors approves the administration's recommendation to accept the geotechnical proposal for the hillside landslide at the Bethel Park High School from the company Garvin Bower Vico Engineering Incorporated, not to exceed $12,000.
Okay, we'll add that to the agenda. Are there any other corrections to the agenda? If not, I need an intent to adopt the agenda as corrected.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 8-0. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of June 23rd, 2015, and the business meeting of August 4th, 2015. So moved. I need a second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries 8-0. I need to announce executive sessions held August 4th, 2015 for personnel, other legal matters, and to receive information, and August 18th, 2015 for personnel, other legal matters, and to receive information. Staff report. No staff report. Student government, we're back.
All right, hello, my name is Natalie Lalama, and I'm the Senior School Board Representative for Bethel Park High School, and this is JD Measures, and he's the new Junior School Board Representative. So the goal of student government for this school year, as always, is to increase student involvement, and we're planning on doing this at the beginning of the year by hosting a club fair for new students, so they can come see what's offered at the high school and be able to get involved. Also, currently, student government is working on plans for this upcoming homecoming season, and I'm the chairperson for our parade committee, and we're still on the lookout for a few more convertibles, so if anybody is willing to participate, I'll be here after the meeting, so if anybody wants to stop by and let me know, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck this school year.
Thank you.
PTA, PTO Council. Anybody doing a report yet? Not up and running probably. Solicitors report?
The solicitor's report was handed out at the
Yes.
earlier meeting.
Thank you very much. I'll just take care of that on the agenda, though. Under committee reports, I'm going to ask Mr. Disk to update us on the Washington renovation project.
Thank you. As the biggest thrust of that project was HVAC, I'll give you the status of the HVAC project. As of today, we turned on all the mechanical equipment except the chiller. In turning on the mechanical equipment, we are pumping water through the new piping system that is the chill water system. We want to do that for a couple of days to flush it out. I know that was all brand new pipe, but there's no way you can put that all together without some materials being inside the pipe. So we're now flushing it for a couple of days. It's not going through the chillers. We've isolated the chiller so that water is not getting into the chiller. We want to do that for 48 hours. We'll continue to drain and flush. We put chemicals in it so that come Thursday afternoon, we're confident that that water will be clear and clean. We can dump it and for a last time and fill it. And then Friday morning, we're going to start the chiller. And because we have turned on all the equipment and it's running in a computerized mode, and between now and Friday morning, we will operate it, make it go through all its paces, make it dampers open, make valves open, make the control system affirm that all those devices are doing exactly what we want them to do, such that when we turn the chiller on Friday morning, we are expecting to get a real positive result and have an air-conditioned building. And when we do that, we're going to let it run. We're going to turn it on so that if there's a glitch, we want to find it within the first 48 hours. We don't anticipate one, but that's our plan for HVAC. So it's coming along. The heat system is not needed until about October. We're about 95% complete with that. That heating system should also be online within the next 10 days. So that, we won't have an issue with, we'll do the same thing with the heating system. We turn it on and flush it before we actually put it in service to make sure we don't clog up coils and those kind of things. So we'll follow that same process, but that should happen and be complete within the next 10 days. You also are aware that we relit the building, so all the new light fixtures are in place. We're still finishing the last quarter as of today, and that should be finished tomorrow. There is a system called WattStopper that was purchased as part of the light system installation, and that's the new generation of controls to turn the lights on when you walk in the building, be able to dim them certain ways. When you leave and there's no more occupancy, the lights go off by themselves. And we will get with the folks in the building and program their needs into, as far as hours of operations they want it, what areas they need lit and when. That's all gets programmed into the WattStopper once all the lights are done and in place, and we can program them. So light systems are ready to go. There's also some general contracting work that was done to the building. The entire building has brand new ceilings, and they're in place. We still have some tile to drop at places where we're still working above the ceilings, but the ceiling grid and all the requirements to install the ceiling are in place. We also enclosed some of the piping that we put in. We ran some piping in places where there was exposed to the classroom, so we built enclosures. We also provided some accent paint, some colors. We've got 4 major color groups throughout the complex now in parts of the classrooms and the hallways. All that access paint is complete. Painter's finished and out of the building. We put some new gutter guards on that building. One of the issues that I got to tell you, in some of the rooms where we put brand new ceiling tiles, we found some wet tiles, and I know that they came from the gutters before we got the gutter guards finished, because the gutters were full of material from all the trees adjacent to the building. So now we got gutter guards in the building. We expect all those issues to go away. You folks, we were able to really put one of the best sets of gutter guards I have ever seen anywhere. They are stable, substantial, and should provide you with years of good service to keep your gutters clean. So that project's done. And one of the things we also owned with the general contractor was a complete cleaning of the building. And we had they sent a crew of 10 people in there, and in a week they scrubbed every nook, cranny of the entire building, so that was a load taken off of your existing staff to get that building ready. District folks did a lot of things for us for this project. They've painted the entire building, door frames and walls, and they're still finishing. There's still some paint to finish, but they've done a great job to get the building painted, so that that coupled with the access paint in the classrooms have basically repainted the entire building. Equipment, all the equipment, we had 8 storage trailers there. They are now empty and gone. All the equipment is back inside the building. And in the places where it needs to go. As far as spaces, they are being restored. Electronics are in place, computers, the projectors are in place. Library, there are books on the shelves, the computers are in the computer room. I made a tour late this afternoon, and of the 20 regular active classrooms, 15 of them have been occupied and energized and designed and decorated by teachers, and they look like they're ready to go. So the building is really, for Tuesday before the first day of school, I think we're in excellent condition. Budget-wise, you may recall there was a contingency as part of this budget. I'm absolutely confident we will be well within that contingency when we finish this. There's been some ups and downs, and we will start working through those now that we're getting close to the end of the project, but I'm absolutely confident we'll be well within that budget. Schedule-wise, as I said, we are looking forward to air conditioning Friday and a complete building by, and space. Will there be working going on after school starts? Probably. And these will be things that won't disturb kids or programs. We'll plan scheduled work out of hours or at night to finish up, but within the next week, we'll be finished.
Okay, at some point, do you do a punch list? Do
We've already
teachers tell
start-
you things that are, I understood there were a few things that were broken. I don't know if they were broken being put in the trailer, coming out of the trailer in the classrooms or whatever, but do we do a general punch list?
The architect and I and Train have already started to do punch lists. We've had 15 pages of punch lists so far, and we still have a good
So
portion of
that's
the
still
building.
part of the,
The next punch list run is on Thursday to finish up the rest of the building. So yes, we will have punched out the entire building. So that's where we are. Any questions?
and you're going to talk to the board about,
Oh, yes, we'd love to have you come and visit. The building has really changed, and the new ceiling and lights make a whole different appearance in the rooms. Love to have you come and see it. So maybe you could talk to Matt or Nancy and schedule something in the next couple of days before the weekend, and we'd love to have you come and walk through it. So,
I can have maybe Mary Beth do an email and kind of pick a date or see when most people can, well, maybe not Mary Beth, she's busy with the volunteers,
little
but
busy right now,
somebody, I'll have somebody do it.
Eventually she can get to that for you.
We'll send it out.
Send it out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thanks.
I have a question. I know the lighting's going to save us a lot of money. Is the new air conditioning system going to save us money also?
well, it's going to do a couple of things. One, it's going to work where it didn't before, okay? Number two, it is now capable of being controlled by a very sophisticated computer. And you have on staff somebody who really knows how to make it work. And it will be operated in efficiency ways that not a lot of other people have thought about, but are really innovative. So yes, I can't tell you if your bills will go down. I can believe there won't be any more, because it's now going to work, where you had a system before that had items that didn't work and didn't run. But now they're going to run and work, okay? My guess is it's going to be less. I need to see old bills and to really answer your question, completely. But it will be operated as efficiently and as innovatively as I've seen anywhere. So
So I assume the same thing's going to hold for the heating system. The heating system won't inherently be any more efficient, but it should be operated more efficiently.
absolutely, yep. Well, it may be more efficient in that the unit ventilators that are now in the classrooms are more efficient than the ones we took out, okay? So,
Any other questions from
Any
the
other
board?
questions?
Thank you, Mr. Disk. We are now to the portion of public comments on agenda items. Does anyone have any comments they wish to make to the board on agenda items this evening? Seeing none, we'll move into business items, curriculum committee, and Mrs. Buckley.
Thank you, Mrs. Cook. There are 7 items this evening under curriculum. Would any of those held out? Hearing none, I move under curriculum number 1, the school-sponsored overnight educational activities. 2, the professional development. 3, parent-student athletic handbook 2015-2016. 4, 2015-2016 Title I and Title II-A. Number 5, elementary after-school tutoring program. 6, pre-K counts continuation grant for 2015-2016. And number 7, the EduPlanet 21 software purchase.
Second.
Thank you. Items 1 through 7 under curriculum committee have been moved by Mrs. Buckley and seconded by Mr. Means. Any questions or comments on any of these items?
I have one comment, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to thank all of the folks who are involved in number 6 as far as the pre-K counts continuation grant. It's money well spent, well received, and it's truly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those items carry 8-0. Personnel committee and Mrs. Rule.
There are 6 items under personnel. I move that we move items 1 through 6 under personnel. Item 1 being approval of extra duty responsibility program, 2 approval of substitute, 3 acceptance of resignation, 4 appointment of personnel, 5 approval of 2015-16 salaries for the administrative groups, and 6 approval of 2015-16 salaries for non-administrative groups.
Second.
Items 1 through 6 under Personnel Committee have been moved by Mrs. Rule and seconded by Mr. Spacuzza. Any questions or comments on any of these items? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those items carry 8-0. Facilities and Services Committee and Mr. Spacuzza.
Thank you, Mrs. Cook. Seeing 3 items under Facility and Services Committee this evening, I move the following 3 items. Item number 1, purchase of a scoreboard for the Independence Middle School gym. Item number 2, approval of the sale of district vehicles. And item number 3, acceptance of the geotechnical proposal for the high school hillside landslide. Wow.
Second.
Items 1 through 3 under Facilities and Services Committee have been moved by Mr. Spacuzza and seconded by Mr. Amiditz. Any questions or comments on these items? I will just reiterate that I have suggested and would like to have us continue to pursue a sponsorship for the purchase of that scoreboard at IMS. Just put that on the record yet again. And
We are looking at.
thank you. I appreciate that. Any other questions or comments on these 3 items?
Like your comment.
And Mrs. Cook, to your point,
Yes, sir.
having experienced Independence Middle School as a basketball coach and involved with rec programs, that building gets more usage from rec groups and outside school groups than what our kids use it for. I think it's a great avenue to pursue that. Surely youth basketball or somebody has to step up and participate in that endeavor. But it's a good idea, Mrs. Cook.
I agree.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 8-0. Finance Committee and Mr. Amiditz.
Yes, tonight we have 7 items under the Finance Committee. Would anybody want any of these held out for discussion? Hearing none, I move items 1 through 7. Number 1 being July 15th salaries and bills totaling $7,842,653.15. Number 2, the June 2015 financial report. Number 3, approval of student service contracts. Number 4, approval of cross-district agreement for special education. Number 5, contracting with AV Blue Line Consulting. Number 6, approval of PA Educator contract. And number 7, purchase of online document management software.
I need a second.
Second.
Thank you. Items 1 through 7 under Finance Committee have been moved by Mr. Amiditz and seconded by Mr. Spacuzza. Any questions or comments on any of these items? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those items carry 8-0. Policy Committee and Mr. Means.
Okay. I move the approval, this is the last and final reading, but I move the approval of Policy 819, Suicide Awareness, Prevention, and Response, along with the attachment, 819 attachment, Suicide Prevention Resources for Schools.
Second.
Item 1 under Policy Committee has been moved by Mr. Means and seconded by Mrs. Buckley. Any discussion on this item? And that has been on our website for perusal through the first 3 readings. Or for the first 2 readings, and that was third and final. Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 8-0. We are now to the portion of public comments about anything you wish to discuss with the board. Name and address at the microphone, and you would have 2 minutes to make your comments.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephanie Silman. My address is 5087 Sherwood Road in Bethel Park. I'm here as the president of the recently formed Bethel Park Page affiliate this evening. We are the local affiliate for the Pennsylvania Association for Gifted Education, which is a nonprofit advocacy organization dedicated to helping gifted learners, parents, and educators. Our membership includes a diverse population of individuals who are educators, administrators, business professionals, parents of gifted children, gifted adults, and concerned citizens who want to help the district maintain an environment that challenges all students to reach their potential as lifelong learners and responsible members of society. We are here today to invite you to form a partnership with us so that we can work together and learn from one another in our mutual efforts to provide appropriate educational experiences for all children in the district by maintaining an environment that challenges all students and ensures appropriate student progress. We've already been approached by private school systems in the area to consult with them regarding the implementation of current best practices in gifted education in their schools. Additionally, parents in other communities have requested our assistance with fulfilling the unique educational needs of their gifted children. However, most of our children attend Bethel Park School District. Our Page affiliate would like to partner with the Bethel Park School District as well. I would like to take a moment to ask everyone who came here tonight in support of this cause to raise their hand. As you can see, there's significant support in our community to pursue this partnership. We stand ready to provide professional development, differentiated curriculum assistance, and a myriad of additional resources that are available to our affiliate at no cost to the district. In return, we ask only that the school board commit to a partnership with us to discuss and build upon current gifted education practices and policies in our district to ensure that the potential of each child is reached. Our group's contact information can be found at the bottom of the sheet that we have provided to you, and we thank you very much for your time and eagerly await your response.
Thank you. Anyone else that wishes to address the board this evening? Then I'll move into board comments. And Mr. Means?
I'm just looking forward to a good school year, both for myself and for the school district. And it's always exciting, like I said before, the only time everybody's caught up is the first day and the last day of school. So,
Thank you. Mrs. Buckley?
Thank you, Mrs. Cook. I'd like to say that it's a nice thing to see so many people in the audience tonight. I see some familiar faces, but thank you all for coming tonight. And I want to wish everyone involved with the upcoming school year a great year.
Mr. Spacuzza?
I'm actually smiling. It must be because we did a reasonably early meeting. I just wanted to make a couple comments. One, I had the opportunity to speak to the incoming new teachers today, and that was quite a nice meeting. A lot of good to see the new faces and to learn more about the district. You know, you learn something every time you go to one of those meetings. And I was fortunate to look through the handout, Nancy. Thank you for that. That was good also. And like my other fellow board members, I'm looking forward to a good school year, academically, athletically, etc. Just good all the way around. And I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Rule?
I haven't started up with my meetings yet. First one's at the end of the month.
Okay.
But I just would like to say that we were sorry to lose one of our supervisor custodial people, Mark Connell, who died on Sunday. And he had been with the district a few years and had really done a good job, and he really will be missed by all of us.
And he was so excited to take that head custodian job
Yes,
at the high
he's
school,
just-
and now will not be fulfilling that. Yeah. Mr. Schubel?
Thank you, Ms. Cook. Yeah, I just wanted to dovetail Mrs. Rule's comments about Mark Connell. Mark was a dear friend. I've known Mark better part of 25 years. If you know anything about civic involvement in Bethel Park, Mark Connell is in the middle of all of that. A very generous soul who was so quick to donate time, resources to civic groups in his community. Mark had some challenges in his life. There's no question about that. But he'd be the first to tell you that he addressed those challenges. He was so proud to be part of this staff and so proud to get that most recent appointment. And he'll be missed by all, and I'll certainly miss him. He's a good friend. So, also I wanted to say it's nice to see such a crowd here tonight, and it's nice to see such engagement and involvement. It's wonderful, in fact. Please do more of that. And we heard you loud and clear. Thank you. So.
Thank you. Mr. Christensen?
Yes, so as a part of my onboarding, since I'm the new person here, one of the topics that Ron recently updated me on and gave me some background on was the Chromebook purchase, and I was interested because I picked up my daughter's Chromebook last week, but I looked through the business plan, and I have to say is a very, very well written, well thought out business plan to bring these Chromebooks in as a technology foundation. You know, when you look at that kind of technology, I think, in fact, as our speaker addressed the board today, I think it's a great foundation to build a good, scalable educational system, good, effective, efficient educational system around. So I was just impressed by the quality of the presentation, and the business plan that was put together. So anyway, good job.
Right. And Mr. Amidits.
It's difficult to go last, as we often say, because we have to repeat a lot of the things. But just the one comment I wanted to make, and a few of the other board members made, it's really great to see a lot of people in the audience. I was telling one of the other board members, my father is staying with me now, and he was asking me before we come over, he said, how many people come to your meetings on a regular basis? And I told him, well, maybe 1 or 2 if we're lucky. So here tonight, we have, 10 times that many easily. So I'm glad to see that. And I also want to say that it's also nice because when we usually get a crowd of this size, they're there to complain about something. So to have the author support, it's really nice. I'll look into this. I haven't heard of your group, and I'm looking forward to reading and finding out what it's all about. That's it.
Thank you. Mrs. Rose?
Well, first of all, I'd also like to thank everyone who's here, and I want to acknowledge that we have our spelling bee champ in the audience tonight. Grace Skalniak is here. Grace. Congratulations again, Grace. We're very proud of you. I also wanted to tell all of our families in the viewing audience, as well as those here in the admin building, that school starts next week, and we are delighted to be able to welcome you back to school. I also want to tell all of the children that they need to start getting to bed early this week so that they can get used to their school schedules again. So moms and dads, remind your children that Miss Rose said they have to go to bed early beginning this week. All right, thank you, and a great school year, everyone.
And Mr. Amidits says it's tough to go last, and I'm always the one that goes last. I think I should change that rule around and go first. 21 years ago, I was affiliated with Page, so I'm glad to see that we're bringing this back to our district in that manner, and I hope that we can form a partnership and work with you on this very necessary area of education. I too want to welcome all of our district, and I get to do this formally tomorrow with our teachers and staff who will be here for their in-service day, but I want to welcome everyone back to another, what will be, I know, outstanding school year. And congratulations, Grace, on that wonderful spelling championship. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Good night, everyone.